What does time and the Harrier jet have in common? This watch. It's the perfect combination of creative engineering, beauty, and aviation history. This skeleton watch is the newest member of the AVI family. But will this be the watch for you?
Welcome back to Aviator Inspirations. So nice to have you back, seeing all of your smiling faces. On this channel, I take the mystery out of the aviation industry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future episodes. This week, I'm reviewing the brand new, just released AV8 Hawker Harrier 2 Matador Edition Aviation Watch. Thank you so much to AV8 for sending me this watch to review. I'm super excited to get my hands on it. And as always, this is going to be my personal and unbiased opinion. All the links will be listed in the show notes below, so let's jump right in. The design for the Hawker Harrier 2 Matador Edition was inspired by the actual Hawker Harrier jump jet that found service across several air and naval air forces during the latter half of the 20th century. It represented a breakthrough in avionic design and went on to serve many missions with distinction. To pay tribute to the variants of the famed jet, AV8 is introducing the latest version of its Harrier chronograph, inspired by the planes that flew for the Spanish Navy, nicknamed the Matador. So here it is. The outer shell is a simple white box with the AV8 logo to protect the main box that the watch comes in. I'm pretty impressed with the actual watch box because it's solid, covered in a military green fabric with yellow stitching. It immediately gives you a great first impression and sets the mood for what's inside. When you open the box, you find the watch, which is carefully wrapped, an AV8 cleaning cloth, and an information booklet. Now let's take a look at the watch itself. At first glance, the Matador is a complex jigsaw of gears and wheels which are precisely layered on top of each other as a dynamically designed piece of aviation history. The sturdy case measures 45mm in diameter with a chamfered edge bezel. The case is 15mm thick, and the watch weighs 100 grams. The glass is a hardened mineral convex lens with anti-reflective coating. The crown guard is not too prominent and the crown has a good grip. On each side of the crown are aluminum piston-like pushers that control the chronograph. I really like this level of detail, making the buttons look like pistons. Although the Harrier had jet engines, it's still an interesting touch. Speaking of the chronograph, at the 3 o'clock position, the re-engineered movement features a disc display capable of 1/20th of a second split time measurement. With chronograph seconds and minute readout, the Matador is a comprehensive timing device. Time is read via large luminous hands and faceted indexes. In full timing operation, the Matador comes alive with turning of hands and wheels that create a dynamic experience, not unlike that of a Harrier in full flight. The date has a large, double display which I really like that is easy to see and adjust. What's unique about that is that each part of the date is a separate gear, and they move independently. The other side of the watch has a carved case back that echoes the turbine blades of the Rolls-Royce Pegasus engine inside the Harrier. Although people won't be able to see this part of the watch, I think it's a creative way to incorporate more of the Harrier into the watch. You also see the name and model number and its 50-meter water resistance, although I wouldn't be going swimming with it anytime soon. The genuine leather strap is comfortable and has a military-influenced cross-stitch designed for easy wear and maintenance. The case is stainless steel, powered by a battery, has a Miyota movement, and retails at $360 US. This is the first time I've had an actual hands-on look at an AV8 watch, and I must say I'm pretty impressed. Being an airline pilot makes me appreciate the level of aviation detail that went into its design. I also like skeleton watches, so for me it's super fascinating watching all the gears move inside and how everything is interconnected. If you know anything about airplane systems and the sophistication that goes into their design, then you will appreciate the engineering that went into this watch. I like the size of it. Although it looks big, it's not much bigger than a smartwatch and can be worn comfortably. So who is this watch for? It's perfect for any pilot, aviation, or history enthusiast who appreciates a good-looking timepiece. This would make a great gift, and personally I would wear this out as an accessory to dinner or at a party, and it would make for a great conversation. However, if you're a commercial or airline pilot, this watch has its limitations. It only has one time zone. It doesn't even have a place to be able to display Zulu time. For pilots who fly across many time zones, this watch is limiting. This is why I like my smartwatch, because it adjusts to the local time without me having to do anything. Also, during my day-to-day job, I don't have a use for a chronograph. So unless you are timing things on a constant basis, it's just a fun option to have. But remember, this watch is not designed to be used as a smartwatch, so it's not a fair comparison. It's just something to keep in mind. It uses mineral glass for the lens as opposed to the stronger sapphire crystal, so it would be a shame to scratch such a nice looking watch during my day-to-day job. But other than that, I really like this watch. It's stylish, well built, and a great piece of aviation history right on your wrist. Let me know what you guys think about this watch. And as always, smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.